It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago. The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with the New York Giants. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now Jones. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. These two teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And Barkley did not get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And the Giants send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
So, Charles, a nice throw there by a man who, until this week, was the backup here, elevated to get the start due to injury. How different do you think this offense will be?
Well, the hope is not much, but obviously it's hard to say until you get out there and see how your guys respond. And fortunately, this might just be a 1 or 2 week absence. But I do think that this unit has faith in him. They believe that he can play well, and they're going to band together to give him every opportunity.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And it's going to be a short field to work with after this one. It's touchdown at the 45-yard line. And that'll go to cancel out a very nice return on the punt.
And that one was a hold. And I don't know what the percentages are between holding calls and illegal blocks in the back, but both of them go a long way towards wiping out nice returns.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 45. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question, because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing Jones. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
Divine Diablo there to make the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And the Giants are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
First and goal from the 3.
Operating from the gun, Jones toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Back to throw. Jones. Touchdown, Giants.
Kadarius Toney,
his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles. 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But their intensity doesn't waver. I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things could be bumpy for you.
Throwing on second and 3. Watson. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Watson's throw here hauled in by Cup.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Watson. And Sanders has got it. Complete. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need to rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
These two teams all tied after 1. So all even at 7 down as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Darius Slay with the pick. And they have the field. We'll see him shot at the 33-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it.
And this is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. They run with Sanders off the option. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead. McCann for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. McCann's got it teed up. This will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. From the gun, Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Throw left side, complete to Tony.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Right back to Tony. He's got another one.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw again. He's got Smith here. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone.
The throw for Tony is intercepted.
Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
After the interception, here's Watson. A quick pass to Cup. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McCann now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. McCann's got
teed up.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. That'll be caught. It's Cup.
And the Eagles are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
McCann for the point after.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Got it teed up. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Buddy Johnson there on the stop.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to throw. Jones.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
From the 17, Jones. Open man, he's got him. It's Tony for a Giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Gano for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays, give us some break, back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
McCann's got it teed up. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And some room to maneuver. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Back to throw again. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked up by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. McCann's got it teed up. He will return this from deep in the end zone. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Looking for Shepard deep, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown! Sterling Shepard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. Score! Touchdown! Eagles! Miles Sanders on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8, and I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
It tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
McCann's got it teed up. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off near his own 48. And he's going to have a first down. They get into field goal range here at the 29. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On first down, it's Watson. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Watson. This is caught. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. With the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Taking it right down Broadway. The 30. 10. Touchdown. Philadelphia. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Mike 50, Mike 50. 3 buzz.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the save. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Divine Diablo.
And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's Sanders. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
So this, Charles, on paper at least, not the most even of matchups. Polar opposite, really. I mean, on one sideline, you got the hottest team in the league, still unbeaten, and on the other side, a winless squad.
And that's why I owe you, and I owe you big, because you did email me this week to remember any given Sunday. That was a phrase you typed to me, and that's what we have to remember in this ball game. It resounds when you think about it. Unbeaten versus winless, any given Sunday, anything can happen in this league.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll run at Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, a 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And the lead will swell by 1 more.
McCann's got it teed up.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's a give to Barkley.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Yeah, he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run with Sanders, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Here we go.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here's Watson.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career low.
But we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
Throwing again. Jones.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Jones. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Alex Highsmith. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 58's the money. 58's the money.
They'll run here with Gainwell. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Kenneth Gainwell, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. McCann now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. McCann's got it teed up. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Again, it's Barkley. And he powers his way up past the 30.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Jones. Off play action. High throw, but he makes the catch.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Off play action. Jones. And he's got his big tight end here. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. On first down, Barkley. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now a give right side. Monroe. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Monroe. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Philadelphia, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Giants, changes could be in the air as they fall to 0-8 now on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.